Thursday night.
I mean, Thursday night, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, we've been in finals, obviously, and the kids are focused on school right now, and I think they're doing a very good job. We got a veteran Louisiana Tech team coming in here. 5 seniors are in their starting lineup, and so we've got to prepare for that. They'll be well coached. Tyler Summit's their new head coach, and he's got a very trusted veteran assistant in Mickey DeMoss, who's been around many years, and so we'll have to be ready. I expect a great ball game, and you know, we'll have to play well. And you never know this time of year with everything that's going on and the distractions that we have, how you'll play. But I'm glad we're at home. We've played well to date, and I'm looking forward to playing again.
How do you prepare the team for this stretch? You're playing a lot of games in just a few days. How do you prepare them physically and mentally for that?
Well, I think, you know, it's a concern. When you played in the preseason in IT, it limited your scheduling opportunities. You had to hold certain dates, whether you played or not, and so it really cramped our style, so to speak, in scheduling. So that's why we're kind of where we are right now in the schedule. Thursday, Sunday on the road, come back home, play Monday with no prep, turn around and get back on the road Tuesday, play Wednesday on the road, travel Wednesday night by bus, fly Thursday, play Saturday, Sunday, and so it's, you know, to answer your question, I think number one, it's our advantage right now in that we have depth. We don't have to play anybody 30-something minutes a game. I think to our advantage is Martha hasn't played a lot, so she ought to be fresh. She's certainly used to going back to back games and overtime and double overtime and never coming out, so it's nice to have that piece of the puzzle. If we can ever get Savannah back, she hasn't played yet, so that adds another piece to your puzzle. So, you know, I think our kids would tell you they'd rather play games than practice. I like where we are right now. I've thought about that question, and I think the good thing is we're playing well right now, and so hopefully you can carry that on game to game. But, you know, we're playing some good teams. We're having to play on the road, which I'm excited to see, you know, how we play when we go on the road against some good opponents. And so all that goes into the equation. The bottom line is you got to have leadership, which we're struggling to find, but that's okay. We'll provide that from a staff standpoint, but then, you know, got to have great point guard play, which we're getting right now. Got to play defense and have an inside game if you're going to win on the road, you know. So that's where we are.
You referred to point guard play. 130, let's see if you could follow me on your highlighted pink.
Yep.
135 and 78. What does that number mean to you?
Well, I didn't know I was going to be tested today, Adam.
That's what I felt like when you spread your papers on this.
135 and 78. 135 will be, I couldn't tell you.
Assists the turnovers?
Okay. And that's obviously a good thing. We're about 2-1 almost. And again, I think both those kids bring a different style of play to the floor and to our team, and I think our team's learned to adapt to both. And so I think our, you know, where we are in the league right now, with scoring, with offensive rebounding, those are certainly things that you need to be able to do when you go on the road. But point guard play has been really good. JJ had a great practice yesterday, so I need that senior to play well this year.
Considering when you guys came, the program was the other way, maybe 100, probably more the other way. She's 3-1, and she was not positive.
Right.
Assist to turnover when you first got here.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about how she has maybe a greater understanding of what she needs to do and how you want her to do it?
Well, I think, you know, that comes with youth. She was coming off of a freshman year, so then we had her as a sophomore and junior, and I think when you're with the staff, Aqua's done a great job with her, and value in the basketball is something that sometimes can get lost, especially the way we play. And I don't think our kids have lost the importance of that. And again, it starts with point guard play, but JJ's improved. You know, Kendra, JJ, Martha, of those three, we all know where Martha is as far as how good she is right now and the accolades, but JJ's improved just as much in her own way. And I think she's learned through the school of hard knocks sometimes that, hey, we gotta, you've gotta play this way, you can't do this, you have to do that. And, the other night in the game, she passed up 2 wide open shots when the clock's going down to try to create something for somebody else. I'm really not interested in that. I want her taking that shot. She's a pretty good shooter. And so, we talked about that a little bit. So, and again, I think that's an evolution, whereas maybe 2 years ago, I'm wanting her to find somebody. So that's the confidence that I have in her. But I think, our staff, and Aqua in particular, has done a good job with our point guards, teaching them the value of basketball, and JJ in particular.
How big was that game the other night for Martha? Just to knock off some rush, she gets a double-double. How big was that for her moving forward now?
Well, we'll see tomorrow night, but I think, she needed to knock off the rust. To see her knock off the rust and get a double-double was good to see. I think Martha's got it in her head, the double-double thing, and that's a good thing. I'm going to keep putting it in her head. She's the active all-time leader right now in the SEC in double-doubles. She doesn't want anybody catching her, and so that's kind of her motivation right now. And, we need Martha to be good. This is a contract year for her. It's her senior year. You talk in sports, hey, it's a contract year for this person, that year person. Well, this is a contract year for her. So I need her to play well. We need her to practice well. She's been practicing better. I think a lot of it too is the apprehension with her injury and just getting the confidence back, knowing, hey, she's healed. Structurally, she's sound. She's good to go. So, I look for Martha to kind of turn it on right now, and she knows she's got Chinway breathing down her back right now, and Reese. Both those kids have played well. We've won a lot of games with Martha on the bench, some big games.
How would you know Tyler, and are you surprised? I'm not surprised he's a coach this young in his career.
Pretty young, 24. I don't know him real well. We've visited a couple times this summer, talking about scheduling, and he's inherited kind of a little bit of upside down scheduling, where he's got a ton of home games next year. We're supposed to play a home and home, and we're talking about maybe doing something different, maybe him coming back here next year, then me returning 2 straight years. So, he was smart enough to, you got to give him credit. He went and hired Mickey, got Mickey to come out of retirement and come work with him and get a veteran coach on his bench. And obviously somebody, too, that's watched him grow up. I mean, Mickey was on Pat's staff all those years and knew Tyler, back when he was a kid. So, that being said, it's a big difference from, one chair to the big chair. And it doesn't matter who's sitting down there with you. And, he'll learn on the go, trial and error, fire, whatever you want to call it, he'll learn. And, but he's got good people with him, and that's the biggest thing.
Is this where you thought this team would be at this point in the season, 8-0, ranked 23rd in the country, when you kind of first got this team on the floor back during the summer?
Yes, to some degree. I told y'all early on, I thought I had a top 25 basketball team. I didn't think we could run from it. I didn't think we could sneak up anybody. I thought we were going to, people were going to give us their best shot, so we might as well try to embrace it and live it. And so from that standpoint, yes. Now, did I think we'd be where we are right now with Martha and Savannah and Kendra hurt? No. That's 3 seniors that have started in their career. And knowing how young we were, I don't think anybody could have foreseen that coming down the pipe. Winning the WNIT, with those kids on the bench. But again, I knew we were competitive. I knew, the kids that we did have available, I knew what they were made of. And so I certainly liked our chances and knew that we'd be in every ball game. And so that being said, I think there's probably 2 pieces to that, knowing what we've been through. But I think it'll make us better. And again, this stretch coming up where we have 5 games, 3 games in 4 days, it's going to be, I think we'll be fine from a standpoint of whether we're tired or not, just because we haven't had to play a lot of kids a lot of minutes.
How close is Savannah to returning?
I can't answer it. Yesterday probably she practiced more minutes during practice than ever. She still doesn't practice the whole time. And so she's still fighting some discomfort, but, I probably could say she's getting closer, but closer and getting there is 2 different things. She may still be a ways away even though she's getting closer. So, again, I think we're just we have the capability, and we're afforded the luxury of being patient with her. And so that's where we are.
With the three seniors being their contract, so to speak, how difficult has it been to reiterate to them that they can take their time, that they don't have to rush back, that you do have the depth to kind of go on, for now at least?
Well, I think with the injury that Martha had there, we weren't going to rush her back no matter what, and just whatever the consequence was, we would do that. Kendra's injury came upon us, we weren't expecting it, and so she popped back pretty quick. And with Savannah, we thought we were catching it early enough where we had a chance to get her back fairly early. And again, I think if we absolutely had to have her, she'd probably be trying to gut it out right now, and which might not be to her advantage or ours. So I think those kids see how good we are. They've been really good support for our kids that are playing, and good, they can sound, our kids that are playing and are young can bounce things off of them. They've been good sounding boards. So I have to hand it to those kids. They've been great supporters, and they've been great on the bench. And but we're getting to a point now where we need to get the rust knocked off. We need to get back to playing, because it won't be long. We'll be playing in the SEC. 3 weeks.
You mentioned J.J. value in the basketball. She's shooting 45%,
Yeah.
which is 14% better than her career mark.
Right.
It's probably left better unsaid, but how much of her, maybe her improved shooting is a byproduct of that valuing the basketball?
I think too, Adam, part of it is understanding her value to our team, and her getting in the gym and working a little bit on her shooting. And then the confidence that we've shown in her, and again, her skill set. When you got a good skill set, you got confidence, and I think she's a lot more confident right now in her senior year. So to answer your question, I don't know if it's value in the basketball or understanding the importance of value in the basketball, but the kids worked hard on becoming a better shooter, and I think it's showing in their stats.
And how much do you think having Morgan around has helped maybe make her better?
No, I don't think there's any question. Competition, the competition is good for competition makes everybody better. In practice, you see, hey, there goes my minutes, there's some of my minutes, there's some of mine, and so if you're not careful, before long, you're left with no minutes. And so I think that's been a good thing for us, is the fact that we have depth, we have competition at every position on the floor. The fact that we had freshmen coming in going, hey, I don't care who's been here, I don't care who started last year, I'm coming in to play. I don't want to come in here and sit on the bench. And so I think you've seen that with, and I think that's going to be a fluid thing. Right now, Katera has back-to-back not played just great after playing really well, and Bree's been doing some good things. So, those two are in constant competition. And I think that's going to be a fluid thing throughout the year. One might start, one might come off the bench, and you just try to go with who's hot. And so, but I think competition is good for the team and good for pushing somebody.
Any other questions? All right.
All right.